Chat. Your weather is exactly the same as Austin's. That's so nice. I bet it's a little chillier here. I was so confused because I just turned the other VOD. Hope vacation is going well. What's the place called? The place is called the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. I don't want to hold your beverage.
It's empty. Can you find a trash can? Can we find a trash can together? Yeah.
Okay.
Hold this real quick.
Most of us are using emotes. That might be why the emotes aren't showing up. What's
Real
happening?
quick. I gotta pop my thumb back into place.
Gosh, Connor, you're so high maintenance.
I know. I'm sorry.
97 degrees in Texas. I think here it is below 40.
It is cold.
I think it is below 40.
Kayla's shivering.
I am a little chilly. We've been out for a little while. I'm doing okay though, all things considered, for like not being in this weather for a really long time. My toes are a little cold. Is usually the first to go for me, and they won't come back until this evening. That's just how it is. Okay, so we're at the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. This is where Connor and I met in May of 2014. Crazy. So this is the first time we've been back since that summer, and we're excited to be here. We're very happy to be here. We've seen some of the animals that we worked with, and they've got some new kiddos, and they've done a lot of work on their enclosures. It's been really exciting to see. I've only cried once so far, so that's nice. And yeah, so welcome. This weather is normal. This is exactly what I remember. I actually kind of miss it. I'm not wearing the proper footwear. That's important when you're in Alaska. This is not the proper footwear. Don't do that. But Reindeer, that was pretty much what we lived in. So, like I said yesterday, we are in the northernmost rainforest, so rain not uncommon here. Behind Connor is a lynx enclosure. Connor, you're so high maintenance. Oh, this is really far behind, isn't it? Yeah, they're just like getting to you handing me your trash. I think Connor's pointing out the lynx up there. He's in his little hide. This is Calvin. This is not a lynx that we knew. And I don't know his story. But this was a lynx enclosure when we were here 10 years ago. He's got some enrichment. He's got some feathers. He's got some holy rollers up there as well. Oh, they can see him. That's nice. Canada lynx, not Canadian lynx. Canada lynx is the only feline native to Alaska. Lynx is known for the long tufts on the tips of its ears. Its feet are the same size as a mountain lion's. Why? Chat, why? Why are a lynx's feet the same size as a mountain lion's, even though they're a much smaller cat? Males weigh between 30 and 40 pounds, females between 18 and 30 pounds. But why would they need feet that are as large as a mountain lion's? Who knows? Snow! Correct. Walking over snow. Which is pretty awesome. So working with them was really cool back in the day. Lynx typically are not a primary food source for other animals, although wolves, coyotes, and bears have been known to prey on them. Biologists find lynx particularly difficult to count because they have such large home ranges extending hundreds of miles and include areas in both Alaska and Canada. So that was Calvin. They do have another lynx here that did arrive when we were here, although we didn't see her very much. I think she was very new when we left.
Am I going to walk into a puddle?
Huh?
You're going to have to tell me if I'm walking into a
You're
puddle.
definitely going to walk into a puddle if you keep going the way you're going. I don't think Nelson is still here. These are their birds, and these birds were here when we were here. This is a great horned owl on the right. So one of the things that you'll notice about these bird enclosures, chat, is that they're very boxed in. One of the things that's really, really tough here, obviously it gets very, very cold, and both of these birds are quite old. I don't actually remember how old this little guy is, but they were here when we were here, and we didn't know how old they were then either. So they're up there. Is that one of the things that's really hard when you're building enclosures here, if you're needing to protect animals from the wind. It's very, very windy here, and it can be very, very chilly. So this cutie pie over here, this is Adonis. And Adonis was here. And when we were here in 2014, he had arrived in 1994, I believe. So he was already up there back then. And he's actually a full wing amputee. So his left wing is completely gone. It looks like he may have cataracts. I can't tell from here, though. It's not something that you see often now, a bird with a full wing amputation. It's not done now. If a bird comes in with an injury that would require a full wing amputation in order for that bird to survive, because it can mess with their balance a good bit, and it can mess with their thermoregulation. So it's not really something that you see now, but Adonis was.
We're gonna get out of the way here, Kayla.
Yeah. There's a tour going on at the same time. What?
Let's go out to the porcupine.
We're going out to a porcupine. We probably won't see him, though.
How cold is it there for us right now? Cold?
It's not really all that bad.
I'll take that trash. I'll put it in my pocket.
Thanks.
Because looks like you're one-handed.
Looks like I'm one-handed.
It's turning white.
Oh no, that's normal for me. They're not. I can still move them, so that's good.
All right, this is more difficult than I was thinking. Could you put it in my pocket?
My God, the maintenance level.
I'm not asking for a lot. Thank you.
Oh my word. He's high maintenance. I don't think they could print a 3D wing for Adonis. But he's done really well. I mean, like I said, it's not something you'd see now, but you notice his perches are all really close to the ground. And they do work harder to keep him warm, which, like I was saying, can be hard with as windy as it is here, because the wind, like, similar to Texas, does cut through you when you're cold. So.
Chat, real quick, by the way, the internet signal out here is rough, depending on how many cruise ships come into the port.
Yeah. We're going to do our best.
And so we're just testing out a bunch of stuff. Apologies if it's bad. And then I think we fixed the click. So if it rains too much, we have to pause and go undercover.
Yeah, if it rains too much, you might see us run. We're not fighting. Stop saying we're fighting. All right. So this is a porcupine enclosure. And I believe all three of the porcupines that are housed here are North American porcupines. You'll notice around the top, the flat plates there. Porcupines are really good at climbing. So a lot of times, it's something that I didn't know about porcupines, but you're very likely to see them in trees. But they get quite large. They are members of the rodent family, so they have the same teeth that never stop growing. When Connor and I were here, there was a porcupine named Snickers. Snickers is no longer with us, unfortunately, but there are some very cute videos of him on YouTube. This one, I don't know which one this is, actually. This might be Heath. Despite the fact that Snickers is no longer with us, they did, I feel, really jump on the naming trend for the candy bars. So currently, they have 3 porcupines named Heath, Baby Ruth, and Twix. So yeah, we may see them out and about a little bit. Candy bar names, yeah. Does anybody know anything about porcupines?
Let's go to the other porcupine enclosure.
Does anybody know about porcupine quills? Pop quiz. Can porcupine shoot their quills? Don't disappoint me.
Depends on which gun you give them.
Hey.
Is it a Glock? Is it an AK?
That's not, no. What? They're spiky. They're stinky. They are stinky. Dr. Oakley series. Dr. Oakley's actually here.
Yeah. We got to say hi. We talked to her for a little bit.
Yeah, we got to say hi. They can't shoot their quills. That is correct. So people who are saying that porcupine can shoot their quills, they're wrong. They can't shoot their quills, but if they do feel like they're being threatened in any way, their quills do detach very easily. So you might see them turn around and try and swing their tails or something like that. But they are filled... Actually, according to that sign, they're filled with a spongy material. But the way they're designed is the more you try to yank and tug and pull, the more deeply embedded they get, which is why they're not fun.
We're going to be doing a training session up here, Kayla.
Ooh, a training session with a porcupine.
Yeah,
There's a porcupine out. Let's go see what they're doing. Chat, we're not going to talk during their training session. I think this is Ruth, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't have it down yet.
We're going to stay a little bit further back.
Oh, she's really cute. Code Veronica chat. The sanctuary does have social media. You can find them at Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. I think it's AK Wildlife. I'll double check that before the end of stream. She's shy. Oh, look at that little face. Oh my god, they're so cute. I cannot. Thanks, goddess. Look at that little baby.
You're fine.
Oh, she's going somewhere.
Do you want to go show them coyotes real quick?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
I guess. Oh, that's a really good kennel.
They're going into a crate. Yeah, the side has a door as well, which is really nice.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. That. Oh, good. That target stick that do be driving me crazy. They do roll like that. She's doing a great job. The way that I thought that radio was mine for a second.
That was sweet. Guys, you want to look at a coyote?
Oh yeah, we got some coyotes over
They're
here too.
so beautiful.
I hope she has her permission slip. Okay, so these two were not here. They did not have. Actually, they didn't have. Yeah, they didn't have coyotes when we were here. I think coyotes are so beautiful. Kayla's radio trained, yeah. So this is Tagayak and Aurora. And I can read to you about them. Tagayak came from a litter that was living in a den in the flight path at the military base in Anchorage, Alaska. When the United States Department of Agriculture went to relocate the den, Tagayak was left behind by his family and was transferred to the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center in 2016. Aurora has a similar story to Tagayak. She was discovered on the runway of the military base, her mother and littermates nowhere to be found. She was relocated to AWCC in 2017.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice enclosure. It's pretty big.
They've got some very nice grass.
Mm-hmm.
And some very nice trees. And nice big rock structures and little dens to hide in and stuff like that, which is very nice. But it's nice that they came out to see us.
Dude, there's so many interns nowadays, Kayla.
There's so many interns. We have a lot of interns too.
Yeah.
Aurora was named after the northern lights, known as the Aurora Borealis. Aurora is smaller in size and has distinguished colored markings on her body. They're cute. They're curious. Look, Connor Grass. That's a cinnamon roll. Yeah.
Howie needs extra help.
You say she needs it fast?
I don't think.
We can go help Howie.
We have not signed a liability waiver.
No, but she said, she was like, you guys are on call. That's not what she said. I made that up, but, you know.
I mean, if she needs help with Bison, we can help.
Should these guys have a double fence? I don't know if that's, I mean,
There's technically a double fence
there
out there,
is
USDA standards.
a lot of the enclosures here, you guys will notice they have hot wire employed as well. So I don't know, but also the standards for Alaska and Texas may be very different.
Well, no, they have the perimeter fence. They have an entire perimeter.
This one? This
No,
counts?
No.
Okay. What? Oh,
Yeah.
around the entire sanctuary.
Yeah, there's a secondary. Yeah.
Around the entire conservation center, there's a perimeter fence.
Yeah. So. they do have a secondary one. Cuties.
They are cute. They are cuties. So this is all new. This wasn't here when we were here, which is pretty awesome. Utilizing this space. Oh, is this also the coyote habitat? That's cool. Comes all the way back here. Let's read about coyotes real quick. They got lots of fencing supplies and shift pens. Looks like they're working on building some shift pens for them. They have sharp pointed ears that never droop, a sharp pointed nose, and a long bushy tail. Look at the size difference. There you go. There you go.
What is electrical fence, or what is hot fence? Hot wire. Electrical fence.
Yeah, electric fence essentially. So you're like notice like where the cantilever fence is, like where we have like the
There's some of these.
Where we have the fence that goes over, they have hot wire that runs that instead. But they also have hot wire along the middle and maybe the bottom of some of the enclosures, depending on the animals.
Yeah, electric fence.
Electric fence. Lifespan up to 10 years in the wild and 20 in human care. Predators, great horned owls, eagles, wolves, and bears. That's terrifying.
Yep.
Diet, carnivorous, snowshoe hares, moose, rodents, caribou, marmots, ground squirrels, muskrats, fish, and insects. So a bit opportunistic they are.
All right.
Finn and Reed are just little guys, confirmed. Yes. And right across the way here, I don't see them. Storm was out a little while ago, but I don't see them now.
Call out Jade.
I wish I could call him out. I don't think he would know. I don't want to try and fail. That would be so sad.
Oh, he might be back out later. This is the fox enclosure. They've got 3 foxes in there.
Yeah, I think inside, if the sign inside is correct, Jade is the fox that was here when we were here. And Jade is the fox that I've talked about before. The animal that kind of like, he was like the first animal that I ever like really made a connection with. So he's kind of the animal that started it all for me. I already cried seeing him, so you're not going to get my tears now.
I did have to pull you away to go see other things.
Well, he was doing so well. There were keepers in here with him, and he was getting enrichment. So like I was really happy to see him. And when we were here, he didn't have this space, so it was just really nice to see him in a nice big space. And he's got company now. So there's 2 other foxes in here. There's a female named Storm, and if the sign inside is to believe, there's a Warren, which is the other red one. I thought they said forest earlier, but those maybe, perhaps.
Someone was like, wait, you worked here?
Yes, so Connor and I worked here 11 years ago.
2014?
2014, the summer of 2014. So I was actually here in the summer of 2013. I came on as a volunteer, and then I was an intern in the fall of 2013. And then I stayed on over the summer to work on fencing for the wood bison. And then the next summer, I stayed on as an intern through the beginning of September, end of August. And then I flew home, and right after that, I went to Nepal.
That's where we used to live.
So yeah, that bunkhouse is literally where Connor and I met and lived. And it is still a bunkhouse for interns. So
let's keep walking in case the rain picks up.
The popping came back, somebody said.
Oh, my hand was on it. That's my bad.
I've heard a lot about Jade on stream. Yeah, he looks great. It's crazy knowing that he's at least 12 years old. He's 12 years old now. So he's up there. He's getting up there. But yeah. Jade Fox. He's the one. I was here when he was just a baby. Oh, 50. Thank you for the 50.
Sam, thank you. I got all my work done. My IPs explode from chat early mods.
Look at her cute little face. That's Storm. That's Jade and Storm. There's Jade.
Jade.
Storm is a female red fox with a black and white coat, referred to as a marble fox. Her unique coloration is the result of selected breeding on fur farms, seeking novel coat patterns. Storm was owned illegally as a pet in Montana. After being confiscated by the Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Park, she was brought to AWCC in 2016. Jade is a male red fox picked up by joggers along a trail in Anchorage, Alaska. Seeing no mother nearby, the joggers assumed Jade was an orphan and brought him to AWCC in 2013. when he was just a kit. He was just a little guy.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him.
Jade! He was a good boy.
Oh, it's so
He's
nice
such a good
when the big coach buses aren't here, Kayla.
It is very nice. How is the internet?
I don't know.
Is the stream okay, guys?
How is the quality? It should be better out here.
Should be better.
Starlink is seeming to starting to work a little bit better.
I think Connor and I were talking about this earlier. We think the newest Red Fox, this was probably his transport, which is probably why that's in there. So they probably did a slow introduction for him, which is nice. Oh, where's the boy?
Kobuk?
He was out all day.
Guys, we're looking for a black bear.
This is a black bear enclosure.
He's sleeping.
He's real cute.
In his hut. We'll be streaming for a while.
Where? You can see him over there?
Yeah, he's in his hut.
What?
See the really, really dark black right there? Chat won't be able to see him, but he's in there. Promise, there's a bear. There's other bears too.
Could we get a quick lens wipe?
Quick lens wipe, yep. Actually, Kayla, if you lift up in this like tiny little pocket here, underneath the Starlink, there's
not a tiny little pocket. It's like the whole length of the Starlink.
It's a tiny little pocket. There's a cloth in there I can use to wipe the lens.
All right, just for the record. Keep this easily accessible because my hands are too cold to be this nimble.
I'm going to put it in my pocket.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
All right.
The rain's picking up. Let's go to the bunkhouse. Let's go find some mooses.
No, Jade and Storm, they were out next to Kobuk earlier. They didn't really care, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they really registered. If they have their established safe spaces.
Thank you for the 7 months.
They could be good.
All right, I hope it doesn't F in here. Kayla and I lived up there.
So Connor's approaching the bunkhouse. It says bunkhouse, but it's where we lived. Which is crazy. That was my room there, right on the left. Connor's walking right by it, but that was my room. The location is insane. Yeah. Can you believe we ever left? Like, can you believe it? It's crazy. There's some bald eagles flying over there. Chat, on our way up the arm yesterday, turning an arm, we saw like 40 bald eagles. It's like casual. Just a ton of them. It was crazy.
No moose in here.
No moose in here. We know that this is the other lynx. But she's probably in here. She's probably cozy. There's a moose way out there.
Yeah.
We can go up to the covered thing. Moose.
We'll do it at the end. We're on our way back through.
Yeah, we can come back through. How much of the current staff do you know? Like 2 people. And we've seen them both today. We are not hugging the Mises. We will never be hugging the Mises. We are not allowed back in the bunkhouse, although, fun things. Look at, this is a wood bison hide. So this was the project that we helped with, the reintroduction project that Connor and I were helping with.
We'll tell them about that, because I think we can watch them.
Yeah, we can, but like, look how big it is. Look at how big wood bison are. Please, look at them. Okay. Giant. So this was the employee housing. When we were here, they did not have this. So there were several instances where we were like hanging out upstairs, and you wouldn't believe the number of times that like tourists would come in and be like, "Is there anybody up here?" And we'd be like, "Yeah, we live here. Please leave." Please. So good times. Important. Wildlife petting chart. Nope. Think again. Vacation over. How fast are you? Do you have insurance? No. Ouch. Means no. No touchy. Okay, moving on. Danger. Muskox. Okay. Are there any innovations at the AWCC that you would love to implement at Alveus? Let us answer that question later.
Later?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any that you want to talk about right now?
No. It's similar to kind of like what we're doing. Oh, muskox.
There's a muskox in there.
There's pigeons.
There's a muskox baby. I would love more signage. AWCC it was kind of like a crazy place to start our animal care career, I feel, because like, it's just a lot of space. That was one of the things that was always really nice about it, is that the animals have always had a lot of space. Our good friend now runs it. And she's done a lot. She's added a lot of things, for the betterment of the animals, which has been really incredible to see. There's more shelters now. There's shift pens now for all of their large carnivores, which is really cool. I would love to have more shift pens. We've even talked about it for the foxes, having actual shift pens. But yeah, muskox. Oh, he's up. He's up. Kobuk's up. He's out. No, that muskox is not a baby. Everything is a baby to me, though. That is a full-grown muskox.
Training
yeah,
just enough.
People who are saying they would love to intern at a place like this, it was actually magical. If you can handle the weather like this, it's just a really great place to be. Like, I think Alaska really, I don't know, there's just something about it. That's Kobuk. Just like Winnie is a baby cow. Exactly. Yes. Yeah,
oh,
that's
it's
Kobuk.
windy.
So that, you may notice that he has a couple of sticks in his enclosure. Every time he gets moved, they're actually working on a different space for him right now. But when he gets moved, they bring his emotional support stick everywhere he goes because he likes to play with it. That's kind of what he's known for. So if you're like on their social media ever, you'll see a lot of posts about Kobuk and his stick.
Tell them about the internship, and if people want to apply, how can they apply?
I think the website, I think Goddess put it in here earlier, akwildlife.org, I believe. They did at least summer interns. I don't know if they still do. What the timing is, but there are interns here now, I think, that started for the summer. So
It'd be for next year.
Connor arrived in May, so yeah, it would be for next year. I don't know, Connor, you could probably tell them more about that because I didn't apply.
Oh.
Woo! I volunteered, and then they were just like, do you want to stay? And I was like, yes. Yes, I would.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great place for an internship. It is. It's a crazy place in a good way for an internship. It's highly competitive. Last time when I applied for it, I think it was like 100 people applied.
Yeah.
And I accepted, 10?
Something like that, yeah.
So, it is a little bit tough to get it, but if you do...
I don't know what Kobuk's rescue score is. We'll read his sign when we go back through. Kobuk wasn't here when we were here. He's new. He's a lot younger than the black bears that we worked with. Sorry, Connor, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're right. It's a highly competitive...
And it's paid.
It is paid, yeah.
And your housing is on site.
Yep.
So
yeah.
There is the benefit of
there.
that if you're willing to come out to Alaska and deal with the weather, which, whatever. I actually miss this weather. I was saying to Connor earlier when we were up by the point, which we'll walk out to, how much I miss this weather. Even though I'm cold, there's just something about it. Like, I just love it. Like, I love the wind. Just, I don't know. I just love it. So, yeah, so we met Lindsay at AEF. She was an intern at AEF when we met her, where we worked. Well, I started the same summer that she was interning, and we told her to come out to Alaska, and she did.
All right, quick lens wipe.
Makes sense why you would love Scotland, too. Yeah, same vibes, for sure. Should we go that way? Probably. Did you guys want to see other muskox outside?
Thanks for the 3 months.
Thank you for the 3 months. Oh, mic poppin'. Holy popcorn. Did you touch some things?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Is it stopping?
Yeah, it should be good now. I was wiping things down. Keep letting me know when that happens, though, so I stop touching it.
Yeah. I love how spread out everything is. Yeah. And that's one of the things that you kind of just love about it. So one of the things that you'll notice, too, are like a lot of the trees that look like this in the background here.
Tree, yeah.
The dead-looking trees. So when was the earthquake? The
80s?
really bad earthquake?
80s. Right?
You'll see there's like a lot of more of those trees over there. That's from when there was a really, really huge earthquake here. And all of the salt water came in, and that's what happened to those trees because of the salt water. So, muskox.
Yeah, let me know if I touch the cable if it's popping. But here at Muskox.
Yeah, the views, like, it's just kind of magical, right? There's just something about it. Chat, pop quiz. Do muskox have horns or antlers?
What's a Muskox? Tell them.
That's a muskox. Oh, it is a little guy. Just a little guy.
Oh, baby.
Oh, no, I can't.
All right, the rain's starting to pick up. Kayla, let me get to the cover.
We can go up to the bear boardwalk.
Yep.
There's a little cover up there. You want me to cover up the Starlink is exposed?
Yes,
I know
please.
it can be, but...
Jump in front. So they have a reference point.
Huh?
Jump in front.
Oh, okay. I was looking to see... I don't know if it stopped scrolling or it stopped
It's horns. Did you tell them it's horns?
updating. No, I didn't get any answers from them.
Oh, okay. Well, they said horns.
Okay, cool. I'm still waiting.
It's horns. What's the difference between horns and antlers?
That was my next question. There's elk.
We'll go over there in a minute. We'll see the male elk. Male elk are cooler.
Ow. No, they're not. Rude. Jeez. Is there a reason that this isn't updating, Connor? Oh.
No internet?
Okay, then you're going to have to tell me what they're saying. Oh. Damn.
It'll reconnect shortly.
Okay. Did they tell you the difference between horns and antlers?
I don't know. I lost connection too.
All
Just
right.
assume so and just tell them anyway.
Okay, well, chat, the difference between horns and antlers is that animals that have horns do not shed them, so they don't grow back. So if they break them, they just stay broken. Antlers, those animals will shed
let's
their
go
antlers.
Down here. Sorry. I see them taking pictures.
Deer.
Deer.
Animals that have antlers. I didn't even think about the fact that we could just drive the car.
Oh. I didn't either.
Details.
That would have been better.
Yeah, right.
Smoother for them too.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we're back. Maybe? So yeah, animals with antlers, they'll shed those antlers and they'll grow them back. So this is the bear enclosure, part of it. This is a black bear enclosure down here. There's a black bear. He's in there. If you want to go in, you can see him. Maybe. I gotcha. Oh, is that the other one? Is that Uli right there? Right there? Right there?
Yeah.
Or is this Uli? They're both here, chat, and they're both close. This is Kuma and Uli.
Which
And
one's
these
which?
guys- Huh?
Which one's which?
I think this one is Uli, and I think that one's Kuma. I'm pretty confident, actually. So this would be the female that you're looking at right now, chat, Uli. And I don't remember Uli's story, but I do remember that Kuma arrived in a shoebox. I think. He was a tiny guy.
She wants some blueberries.
She probably does want some blueberries. Okay. So now you guys are looking at Kuma. Hi, Uli. Hi, sweet girlie. Oh, she's just a baby. She's just a baby. Chat, these are not babies, by definition. This is definitely Kuma. Who can tell me the difference between a black bear and a brown bear? Go! And if one of you says one of them's black and one of them's brown, incorrect. This is 100% Kuma. I'm so confident.
Whoa.
Thank you for the 200. Hi, Kuma.
Thank you so much.
Oh, hi, buddy. Hump on the back, that is one of them, yes. Vasuki, how dare. Black bears can be smaller, yes. If you look at the shape of their ears too, black bears have really tall ears. And their claws are shaped very differently. If you look at if you look at Kuma's profile, he's like a really great example of it. You'll notice his profile is really straight. So from like the top of his ears all the way down to his nose, it's a very straight line. But black bears don't have to be black. They range in color from white to black. So they can be a reddish brown, brown, black, white. So just the name is deceiving. And yeah, the hump on the back. So if you were to look at a black bear walking, they're in profile, they won't have that characteristic hump behind their head that a brown bear does. How come they are there? So Kuma was orphaned when he was very, very little. So bears, when they're born, are very small. And entirely dependent. Their eyes aren't open. Kuma arrived, I believe his story, and it's been a long time, so I can't say this with 100% certainty, but he arrived in a shoebox. So that's how tiny Kuma was. Look at him eating those grasses.
He's a cow.
He's enjoying some grasses. That's very nice, Kuma. It's actually one of the cutest things I've ever seen. I love him.
I do like this wider fence.
For filming?
Yeah.
Take a
Is that what, 6x6? 4x4?
That's a beautiful black bear. That is correct. Hi, Kuma. What a cutie.
Doesn't Kuma mean bear in Japanese?
I believe it does, yeah. I could be wrong. In some language, I think Kuma means bear.
Maya?
He's a perfect little guy. The scrolling for me stopped again, so I don't know what chat is saying. Bears also have an incredible sense of smell, chat. And they're very fast, which we established in stream yesterday. We know that they can run very, very fast. You can't outrun a bear. Black bears are much better suited to climbing trees. So I mentioned that their claws were shaped differently. So a brown bear is going to have claws that are much longer and kind of straighter than a black bear. Black bears tend to have short, curved claws. So you'll see these guys very often will be in trees, and it's not difficult for them to climb.
Right.
Connor's got a bus behind him, so it's a little loud.
I'm going to wipe down the camera again. You might get some crackling.
Get ready for the pop-in.
Trying to keep the water off it. All right, we can go up on the boardwalk.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Hi, Uli. Sweet girl. Where did we come in here? I don't know.
Sure cables don't get caught.
This is not where we came in,
Nope,
but that's
that
fine.
is not.
Oh, that's where we... Nope, just kidding. Over here, yeah. And Connor's just going straight to the boardwalk. Okay.
And this rain is just
Nice.
off and on.
It always was. It's just Alaska.
Hope the tour buses pay money to support. Yeah. So they've actually this road's a bit nicer than what it used to be.
I think it's just because it's very wet right now.
Kayla, this road just used to be gravel.
It's still just gravel, Connor.
This is better.
Okay.
But you know, the tour buses help support this facility a ton. It's like their main source of income. There's cruise ships that come in.
Uli's name is U-L-I.
What?
Uli.
You
Uli's name. U-L-I, I believe.
I'm gonna get some shots of the muskox.
Okay.
But tell them about the tour buses, Kayla.
I mean, I don't remember much about the tour buses. So, I know some of them come in with cruise ships. So cruise ship days were really, really hectic days. And what we used to do as interns, I don't know if they still do this, we called them step-on tours. So those buses would come in, we would get a call on the radio that said, hey, we've got a bus for a step-on guide. And then one of us would go out there and get on the bus. And most people would stay on the bus. There might be a few photo opportunities at, like, up at the Bears or something. But most people would stay on the bus and you would just do like a little tour. Just talk them through what they were seeing and give them kind of the basics of everybody. But yeah, the tour bus, so there was I think there was like a fee that came for each bus and like carload of people and stuff. Did you want to stay in here for a little bit?
No. I want you to tell them about the boardwalk.
Oh, this is the Bear Boardwalk. It was built the year that we were here.
It's nice.
Which is nice. It's very windy up here.
Except for when people drop trash in.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's not great. So
I built this fence.
Huh?
I built this fence right there.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to tell them?
What?
Underneath the boardwalk, there's a fence that divides this side from that side. This side is a black bear enclosure where we just saw Kuma and Uli down here. This side is brown bear enclosure. And the brown bear enclosure is huge. So they're in here somewhere. There's 3 brown bears here. There's 2 coastal brown bears, JB and Patron. And there's 1 grizzly bear named Hugo. And Hugo is my baby. She's 25 years old this year.
Chuffing. We got one up.
What? That's Uli.
Uli.
No. Yeah?
No,
I think that's Kuma. I lied. I think it's Kuma.
Thank you so much for the 9 months. Autism too. Sorry, I was reading chat. Don't whistle at the bear.
That's a good looking bear. Oh, she's chuffing. Can you hear her?
Probably not. I can hear her.
Uli was chuffing, I think.
What does chuffing mean?
It means she's agitated. If you hear that sound in the wild, that's not a good sound to hear. You don't want to hear it.
That's what it sounds like. Like blowing air through the front of her mouth.
Gull.
She's just over there chuffing.
She got feelings. Big ones. You can see some bones down there. That's fun. Some bones.
Okay, it's not raining over here. Nice.
That's nice.
Sun.
It's very nice. A little bit of sun. This is when the sun feels nice. Amazing. Don't let color fool you. Black bears aren't always black. The most common color in Alaska is black, but they can also be brown, cinnamon, blue, or glacier, and even a very rare white color. To distinguish a black bear from a brown bear, look for a straight facial profile, lack of shoulder hump, and sharply curved claws. Black bears have an excellent sense of smell and will usually smell you before you see them. Opportunistic feeders. A black bear's diet is determined largely on what's available, and they will eat almost anything they find. When they emerge from their dens in the springtime, freshly sprouted green vegetation, thank you, Kuma, for that demonstration, is their main source of food. Black bears have also been known to eat animals that have died during the long winter months, newborn moose calves, and even deer fawns. As the summer progresses, salmon becomes part of their diet. In areas where salmon is not available, black bears feed mainly on vegetation and berries and supplement their diet with ants, grubs, and other insects. Fantastic.
Kayla, you should tell him what I used to do off of that.
No, Connor.
Right
Connor was
there.
not a good intern, okay? He misbehaved constantly.
Tweakin, thank you so much for the 17
Look at that
bucks.
cutie up there.
But you should still tell him. Tell him what not to do.
Connor did pull-ups off of the side of the bear enclosure because
Not the side.
because he was an idiot.
No, I did on that. I never did off the side. That's dumb.
You definitely did.
No, I didn't.
You did it in the lynx enclosure as well.
Okay, I
Because
did
he's an
pull-ups right
idiot.
there. On that thing.
Yeah,
I did it off the side of the enclosure.
he's dumb.
That would be irresponsible and dumb.
Don't
I
be
promise
like
you I did
Connor.
not do that.
He did do it in the lynx enclosure, though. Here we go. Okay, Kuma, winter, February, Jan-Feb 2002. A resident was putting in a septic system on their property and had excavated a large hole in the ground. A black bear cub fell into the hole, and when he was unable to climb out, he became separated from his mother. The homeowner later heard cries coming from the hole and discovered a cub that weighed only 3 pounds. Tiny. The mother was nowhere in sight. Uli, a bear cub weighing only 5 pounds. Look at them. Look at that baby bear. A bear cub weighing only 5 pounds was found walking the streets of downtown Juneau. She was by herself and her mother could not be found. So, they were tiny, tiny babies. North America is home to black bears. The only species of bear that is unique to North America is the black bear. What's their scientific name, Connor?
Ursus.
No, I think
Ursus
black bear.
americanus.
That's black bear. You're correct. Yes.
Kayla, for reference, it was this beam. Okay.
Sure,
This
Connor.
beam before they put the cover on it.
Sure. If dangerous, why friend shaped? Actually, we learned about that not too long ago. I was listening to a podcast maybe where they talked about the origin of the teddy bear and Teddy Roosevelt and the teddy bear. Yeah, it's not a great story, just so you know. It's sad. I don't know if, did we discuss that story on stream? I'm not sure. But anyway, regardless. Oh, do we think there's a bear out here? So this chat all to our right.
There's a bear. Is it Hugo in the water?
Oh my god. Okay, we're going. This is
Large
all
enclosure.
brown bear habitat.
How many acres?
I don't remember. Appreciate the size difference here between brown bear, black bear, polar bear? No, thank you. Yikes.
We'll come back to that.
Love them all, but it's going to be a lot of people. Brace yourself. If it's Hugo, we love Hugo. It was the ABC book. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah. All right. Well, so we will talk about it. Oh, there's a bear. A bear in the water.
Is that JB? That's JB.
That's a cute bear. Oh, there's another bear out.
Oh. That looks like Hugo. That's Hugo.
Bears. Oh, somebody said pop, pop, pop.
My bad.
I think that's JP in the water.
Yeah.
And I think that's Patron.
Is that not Hugo?
It could be Hugo. You might be right. I might be wrong.
Patron is a bit bigger.
Patron is a little bit bigger, but she also has those dark rings around her eyes. But I think it is Hugo. I think you're right. But I think it's definitely JB in the water.
It's a 1,000-pound brown bear.
Oh. He's having a good time. He's a happy little guy. Chat, what is JB? He's just a baby. That's what he is.
Nerdy Dragon, thank you so much for the 4 months.
He's living his best life. I think that is Hugo. I think you're right. Look at her. She's perfect. I'm gonna go see her.
Chat, they need a camera.
Connor.
Oh.
So comes Patron.
Patron. Actually named after like the tequila.
Hi, Hugo. Hi, sweet girl.
She's big.
Hi, baby.
What's up, girl?
It's been a minute.
I used to feed you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute bear butt.
This is Hugo.
It is Hugo.
Yeah.
The best bear ever.
Hi, Hugo. Hi, sweetie.
You want some hot dog?
Chat, I used to come peel clementines for Hugo in my off time when the park was, or when the conservation center was closed, because if I gave them to her whole, she would not peel them herself, but if I peeled them for her, she would eat them.
Let me get a better spot for JB's playing. I think a camera would do really well here, Kayla, to show all the goofy things that they do in the water.
Oh. Okay, so I think I'm slowly getting your messages coming back through. When does Akila get a pond that size? So brown bears and grizzlies. So all grizzly bears are brown bears, but not all brown bears are grizzly bears. It's like the tortoise turtle situation. So grizzlies typically refer to your inland bears, but a lot of people do use the terms interchangeably. Oh, JB, he's a happy guy. So yeah, Patron and JB, how did they get their names? I think when they first arrived, and again, this is old information on my part. Hugo! Sorry, baby girl. Thank you. I just had to send a picture to people who sponsor you. I believe there was the companies that sponsored them. Hi, Patron. Were Patron Tequila and Joe Boxer. And each company, I think, donated an amount of money, and the bears are named after those companies. So.
Hello.
I can tell you that Patron, when we were here, was definitely the sassiest of the three bears. So.
That one there, he just turned around and said, well, I'm sick of you lot.
Yeah. So chat, these three bears, Hugo is the grizzly bear, and she is the smallest of the three. Joe Boxer and Patron, JB and Patron, are coastal brown bears. And if JB ever decides to get out of the water, you'll see just how big he is. He is the biggest of the three. He has a whole stump in there. A whole stump.
How many acres is their enclosure?
I don't know how many acres exactly. Like you can see the roof of their shift pens back there too. Yeah. So they got shift pens.
Yeah. Shift pens.
Yeah. Oh, you'll also notice that one of the things about JB that was always easy to tell them apart is that you'll notice that his right ear, so when you're his right ear, so left ear looking at him, is like floppy, And that's because I think when they were little, we were told that Patron used to chew on his ear, and it messed with the cartilage in his ear. So it's always flopped like that. So very often if you see like photos of, like JV's photo has been used in a lot of different, like just like if people needed a bear for something, JV's photo is in a lot of places. But if you look at a photo of a bear and you notice that flopped ear, there's a really good chance it's him. Oh, there goes Hugo. Look how little she is. She's so cute. There she goes.
Let's go walk in there.
Grizzlies can be large. I mean, Hugo even as
Excuse me,
as
sir.
the smallest bear of these three, she's still a large animal. She still weighs, a couple hundred pounds. Typically, your grizzlies are going to be smaller only because they don't have access to the same like high fat salmon and
We're
things
going
on
to
the
hang out with
coast
Hugo for a second.
that your coastal brown bears. So your biggest brown bears are probably going to be your
Hugo.
Kodiak bears, which I think they even discussed.
You're pretty fast.
Yeah, that's Hugo.
Oh, that's a lot of puddle.
You could go out there, Connor, and we could go back in. But your Kodiak bears, I think they even talked about the potential for Kodiak bears to being like a separate
Hugo,
species.
come back.
I don't know where that conversation went. I have not followed up on it, but your Kodiak bears are large. Those are the ones that you see like having they do the fat bear contest every spring, every fall before those bears go into hibernation to see how much weight they put on, how chunky those bears get. She's so cute and little. Look at her perfect little bear booty. She's so cute.
Hugo, come back. No.
She's walking. They know what's going on. Don't you, Hugo?
Oh, that's fine.
Let's see her real quick before she disappears.
There are people there. They're like, do you have food?
Hi, sweet girl.
No, I missed you.
Hi. Look at that perfect baby. Do bears in human care still hibernate? They do. So we used to provide them with den materials, like lots of straw and hay that they would take into their dens. Sometimes they would use dens that we had dug out for them, and other times they would dig out their own dens for themselves. But yeah, they do hibernate.
Look at the claws.
So you can see that hump on her back, and you can see her facial profile is a lot different as well. They have a lot more of a curve leading up to the tip of their nose than black bears do. I don't know if you can get a really good look at her claws or not, her front claws, so you can see how long they are. You probably could get a better
Right
look
there.
at them.
I can get them.
Yeah. When she's walking. Hugo,
Yeah,
I
you
need
gotta
you
take a
to know
picture.
how much I love you.
She's the best.
She's the best girly.
You tell her about how she orphaned or took care of other cubs?
Actually, she did do that, didn't she? Hugo's here at chat because of an unfortunate encounter with a porcupine. So when they found her, she was covered in porcupine quills. And again, Mom was nowhere to be found. It is possible that she was abandoned. I think she was very, very thin too. So she had clearly been on her own for a little while. But it's very possible that because there's nothing that they can do if they get quilled, that she was abandoned because there's only so much Mom can do to help her at that point. So she's been here ever since.
She's taken care of some cubs before, I think for release too, right?
Yeah, I think no, I don't know if she took care of them for release. I think she raised some Kodiak cubs at one point that were... Hi.
Up close and personal, huh?
Yeah. This is Hugo.
The other one sitting back there.
That's Patron.
She's looking for food.
That's Patron over there. This is Hugo. We worked here about 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go look at the trunk. Oh, she's snacking.
Why is she so cute? I can't handle it.
He's shy, isn't he?
Close teeth chat. We don't mess with bears. We admire them from a safe, respectful distance. This would be too close. This is not how close we get to wild bears. Not if you understand chat.
Hugo's beautiful.
She is.
So cool. I've never seen a real black bear or brown bear. For real, I've actually never seen a real bear. I like his little pop, his little vest marks, they're cool. And his little paws and on his back, it's beautiful.
See a tiny bear too.
Hello, Hugo. So beautiful. Hugo's beautiful.
Say hi to Patron.
I love you, Hugo.
We'll see you later too.
I miss you. It's Patron. So you can see just looking at Patron, even like the size of her face, she's a good bit bigger than Hugo. A good bit bigger.
How's the signal holding up, chat? No Fs yet? Should be getting better out here. Alright, let's go look at the bison that Howie's working on. Kayla.
I'm coming. Oh no.
Well, they got some work cut out for them. Had a little F a while ago, but short. Pretty good. Okay.
Chat, there's baby bison. There's baby bison. Looks like they got a bison down.
So we might have
some work on the
Dr.
big guys.
Oakley Yukon vet out there. They're doing some vet work. Kayla, tell them about the wood bison.
Oh, you might have to help me on this one.
I just did a World Wild episode on it.
Oh, well then you do it.
Oh.
You're primed. You're ready.
Guys, this is wood bison. It's different than plains bison. Plains bison are a bit smaller, not as dark. And there's only a few left out in the wild in Canada.
That's Dr. Oakley, Yukon vet, in the yellow.
Dr. Oakley Yukon vet from National Geographic's right there.
So she's the full-time veterinarian for the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, chat.
Mm-hmm.
Other things about the wood bison and the plains bison, these guys are a lot fluffier. And their hump is more square-shaped, I believe.
Yeah.
And they're bigger.
They're meant to dig through, like, snow up way
their
north.
giant heads.
Yeah, up north where there's, like, tons of snow. They can get through, like, 4 feet of snow and still eat. But they were extinct in Alaska for a long
Do you want
time.
to walk up? Because there's some babies close to the fence over there.
Yeah, sure. They were extinct for a long time here in Alaska, and they needed to come back to help kind of restore some of the prairie lands in the inner parts of Alaska, interior technically. And this Alaska Fish and Wildlife, along with AWCC and a few other places, started a breeding program from the few wood bison remaining up in Canada. And they've been breeding and releasing them into the wild here. To release them into the wild, they have to use C-130s to, like, fly them in cargo containers, specially made cargo containers, out to this land. And their population numbers, they're doing okay. They're kind of stable. They drop and go up. They haven't like really blown up and just taken over just yet. So that's why it's so important that this place breeds and releases these wood bison back out to Alaska to help hopefully one day restore native Alaskan prairie lands.
Trap bison are huge.
They're huge.
Do not
So,
approach bison.
Just so you know, chat, this
Don't.
fence is merely a suggestion for these wood bison. They could come through it if they wanted to.
One
they
of the
don't.
great things about AWCC is that they have a lot of these big pastures. And we'll walk through some of them. You'll see more of them, but there's a lot of big pastures that the bison have that they rotate through. So this isn't all of the bison that AWCC has. I believe these are probably just the females and babies.
Yeah.
Maybe. So they're not even all together. Breeding is very specific. Which males are allowed to breed is very specific. And we got to be a part of that.
Oh, that's a
when we were
male
here,
right there. You can
which
tell.
is cool.
He's huge.
Oh, yeah. He's a big guy.
We'll get a better shot here in a second, chat.
But so he may have been like the one selected to breed this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get a shot of him right here.
Yeah, there's a good little baby here too.
So the male's out in the front there.
I remember that song. Oh, give me
Critically endangered bison right here, chat. Kayla and I built some fences for him.
Yeah, we did. That was one of the projects that we worked on over the winter. So there's actually another site that's not open to the public that also has land available for wood bison. That's a big boy. Yeah, these animals are so big, chat. I don't think you can like adequately,
We'll get a little closer.
like if I were to like curl up into a ball, I would still be like smaller than that guy's head, which is crazy. They're beautiful. They're stunning animals. Like, truly incredible. Look at his hair. Wow, he is majestic. No, so their coats are naturally much thicker. These youngins, they're trying. Good effort, friends. Their coats are naturally much thicker up towards the front, and they kind of thin out towards the back. But they'll also probably shed as well. So.
I need to work the lens, hold on. We are hoping one day to get Maya out here.
It's a plan.
One day. Lens white.
Everybody tell Maya how much you loved Alaska. Look at those babies. Those babies are young, chat. They're young kiddos. Does that big boy have emo bangs? You know he does. Some of them have very funny, like we used to get asked if we like cut them, like trimmed them a specific way, and we never did. Just some of them have just very, very specific hair. It's nice. Even the babies are getting in on the action. They're hilarious.
Wait, was this one recently born? Look what's hanging out of the mom.
Could be.
Yep.
Could definitely be a new baby.
It's like
I'm telling
Oh my
you,
God.
they're so young.
oh, gross. Everything's coming out.
Young baby.
Everything's coming out of the back. Placenta's coming out.
Yeah, he's still got a little umbilical cord, I think you can see.
Was he born today?
Could be. A brand new baby. Brand new baby.
Oh.
There's a lot of that going on.
Close
Even
your
the-
eyes,
like I
kids.
said, even the babies were getting in on that. Look at them.
Oh,
Trying so hard.
the babies are humping each other.
They're learning. Yeah, I would say that one is a today birth
Yeah.
for sure.
Placenta just hanging out.
Oh yeah, there's more coming out. I don't know if you can show that on Twitch.
That's nature.
Okay, just making sure.
Viewer discretion advised. Oh, just came out.
Viewer discretion is advised.
This is what happens with birth.
Yeah.
Even humans.
Look at that little baby. So small.
It's a baby. Okay, elk. Before we walk away from the elk.
I think these are the caribou. These are the reindeer.
Ah. Oh, it's windy.
Who's got fun reindeer facts or caribou facts? Let me have them. This is not really scrolling very fast. Like if you do, I'm not going to be able to.
It's very windy.
What anybody is saying. So. Wood block over my ears. Look at these cuties.
What are they, Kayla?
What?
What are they?
What are these?
Yeah.
These are reindeer / caribou. Reindeer are just domesticated caribou. That's all they are. I don't know if these are males or females. And you can't tell about, well, actually, if I knew more about reindeer, I'd probably be able to tell you based on when they grow their antlers. But both males and females grow antlers every year. So one of the things that we always used to like to tell people was that Santa's reindeer are actually female because they hold onto their antlers through the winter, and males will drop them. Females will keep theirs to defend their young a little bit longer than males will.
Nice.
And reindeer, that song, the up on the rooftop click, 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 that's actually a thing. Reindeer have a tendon, and they actually do click when they walk. And I think it probably has to do with being able to find each other in the snow, so they know where each other are, because they will, where they live, there can be like whiteout snowstorms. So the clicks help them identify each other. But they eat a lot of like lichen and stuff, so they're specialized for that kind of environment, which is cool.
Kayla, what are these big pile of sticks called?
Browse. This is what's left of the browse.
What is browse?
So one of the jobs that we had when we were here was to cut fresh browse every day. Because as you can see, looking around here,
tree branches, yeah.
Tree branches, yeah. As you can see, looking around in these enclosures, there aren't a lot of naturally growing trees on this land. We're like really close to the water chat, so like right out here. There's a lot of tide water, but this land obviously does not have a lot of tree growth on it. So one of our jobs was to bring in fresh browse every day for all of these animals. And as you can imagine, it was a chore. It was a task.
I loved it though.
No, yeah, Connor did love cutting browse. I also loved cutting browse.
Because how do you get it in there? You throw it over the fence.
Throw it.
It was good timing.
Which is fun. Yeah. These are elk. Do you notice anything about this elk, chat? Look at those antlers. Look at them.
Why are they fuzzy?
Why are they fuzzy? Do you want to tell them why they're fuzzy?
No, I'm cameramanning.
All right, so antlers that look like this are we call them in velvet. So these antlers are growing. And while the antlers are growing, they have a blood supply that runs throughout that velvet. So if I were to touch those antlers right now, they would actually be very sensitive, which is why you don't do that. And it's why when they start rubbing the velvet off their antlers, they look kind of like torn and red and bloody because of that blood supply that's in the velvet. So those antlers are still growing, which is pretty cool. He does have a little white booty, and it's cute. These are Rocky Mountain elk, so they are not native, I don't believe, to Alaska. They were brought up here as part of a breeding program. I think they were going to introduce them, what did we say the other day, on the Aleutian Islands? I don't know if that ever happened, but that's why these guys are here, but they aren't I believe native to Alaska.
Meow. That's what they sound like.
Except way louder and way higher pitched. Elk will make a sound called bugling
It's terrifying.
during rut, and it is loud. He's running.
Oh, baby, you went back.
He's running.
Let's go say hi to Dr. Oakley.
I like their
Browse.
rooms, yeah. No, you can't say hi. They're working.
We're gonna go by there and we're gonna say hi.
You can show them Dr. Oakley, but
The world famous veterinarian.
well, you get a really good view of the bear shift pens from over here.
Oh yeah.
See those big doors? Those are the bear shift pens
For the brown bears.
for the brown bears.
If we see a tide gut, we should show them that. It is raining a bunch. I wonder if they're almost done. Kind of looks like
I
it.
doubt it. But that one that was down is already up and out. Oh, I wonder if he was running back. I wonder
Yeah,
if
he
that was him.
was. Yeah.
He was like, "Peace out. I got a story for you guys."
There, he's going walk up front.
Oh, are you okay?
Yep, I'm good.
You sure?
Yep.
Oh my God, Connor.
Just my ankle. I don't
Broke
need
his
it.
ankle. There's a bear over there
Oh, they're doing training.
doing some bear training. Oh, here's JB.
And Hugo.
Look how big he is.
All right, hold on. I gotta wipe it.
Okay,
We'll cut across. We'll say hi to the doc later.
JB. He's a big guy. A big guy. Oh, look at how perfect she is.
Hugo?
Campus with her sitting there. She's
That-
perfect.
That's Patron.
That's Patron. She's perfect. Look at her.
Here's Hugo.
Hugo's always, she's typically, if they're all up and about, not far from JB.
That's JB.
You can see how big he is compared to Hugo, chat.
JB.
He's so big.
Hugo. Patron. Right there.
Man, I would have loved to do bear training when we were here. I'm sad we didn't get
Yeah,
to
we
do
didn't do much. All right, it's raining a ton. Let's go this way.
Oh no,
What?
your coat hit the thing, and now I don't know where I.
Oh,
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
Well, I lost chat.
Okay, it's starting to rain a lot. We got to make it to the pavilion out of the point, Kayla.
Okay, what app were you using?
Cheddarino. Or Chatson. There you
Okay,
go.
thank you. I think it's not going to. It's catching up very slowly. I'm
Yeah,
very
it'll
behind,
take a sec.
but I'm just talking chat.
Look at these UTVs. They're so nice.
Yeah, they have like a fleet of very nice vehicles, chat. We've been admiring them. Nice.
Nice trailer.
Oh, those baby muskox on the sign. They're cute.
Yeah.
Howie.
That's the executive director. Her name's Howie. She's amazing. She's a badass. She's my hero.
Involved executive director. We love that. Ow. I just stepped on a big rock.
Oh, and there's Dr. Oakley. It's a Yukon vet.
Here for the day.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're live streaming right now, so we're showing the place where we work and our chat. This place.
So cool.
Yeah.
And I guess it was coincidence. I guess we'll see if we can say hi to her.
Yeah. Nice meeting you too.
Oh, that's a...
Fun fact: the executive
love that.
director, our friend Howie, they have done a lot of work with the Yukon vet, so people know Howie, like people know Maya. So today while we were talking to Howie, that very nice couple came up and we're like, we just wanted to let you know that like we're here because of you. We're from North Carolina. It was very cute. It was awesome. Howie's awesome. This isn't, it's not.
Is it dead?
It's just staying. I'm still at like where we were over at the elk. Yeah. Wow. It's beautiful.
I am on 3G. I haven't seen 3G in a long time.
It makes me so happy.
All right, it should hopefully refresh once
Fabulous.
it connects.
Okay. All right, we're just walking out to the point.
Yep. I guess it's kind of stopped raining now, but
Yeah, watch your foot.
yeah, I'm gonna have you walk in front.
Okay.
Is there chat?
Not yet. It's taking its time. She's a black screen. So we are walking out to what we call the point.
Kayla promised beluga whales.
I did not. It's mostly mudflats. You're crazy. What do we know about mudflats, chat? We leave them alone. We do
No,
not
you
complain
walk
of
in them, you run in them, and you make
do not do
mudflat
any
castles.
of that in the mudflats. That is not safe. Okay. Okay. Chat is slowly coming back, I think. So we're going out to the point, and it runs right into Turnagain Arm. So the body of water that we were driving next to yesterday, this is where it comes to. Like I said, we did not see any whales yesterday. I did not manifest any whales successfully, but there were so many bald eagles. So many bald eagles. So, ow. Thanks for coming back to Alaska. We're so happy to be here. We'd like to come here more often. Howie and Maya should meet someday.
If Howie comes highly caffeinated, oh my god, it would just be hilarious the whole time.
Howie's a delight.
She's so funny.
One of the things that I remember about Howie that was like a really random thing is she was the one, she had a bumper sticker on her car that said, "If you love someone, give them cheese."
Earlier, Kayla made me run from back here all the way up to the front. It's like a half a mile.
It is a little early for the belugas, Lindsay. Everything that I read said around July, but there were orcas in the arm spotted in March of this year. It has not happened frequently, but they were here in March of this year, which is crazy. Also, hi, Lindsay. Still gotta send Lindsay money for cats. It's on my list of things to do. Any chances of Howie visiting Alveus? I don't know. Maybe we can talk her into it.
Let's show them the map, then the sign, and then we'll go out to the point.
We are here until, we're here for another, well,
Weekish.
Today, yeah, about a week. Unfortunately, just a week.
So this facility is technically a plateau.
A plateau?
Not a plateau.
A peninsula?
Peninsula, thank you. Archipelago, no. Yeah, it's big. We still have to see the wolves.
Yeah, we
The
still
reindeer.
haven't seen several animals. Yeah, we haven't seen much of this chat. So we saw the front of the moose enclosure, but we didn't really see the moose. But there's reindeer at front as well, and then there's the wolves. Kobuk's not there right now. He's over here. He's in the rotating carnivore habitat, but the wolves we haven't seen yet. They've got 3 wolves.
So, they are trying to help protect beluga whales out here. They're critically endangered here in Cook Inlet. And I believe this is going to be a beluga whale observation area. Which I'm like, hey, let me put some cams out there for you.
It's
We
not
need the beluga whale
confirmed, but
counts.
I do believe that they are working with with the beluga people. A corridor of wonder. Welcome to the Kenai Mountains, Turnagain Arm National Heritage Area. The designation of this geographic corridor as a National Heritage Area recognizes its unique contributions to the fabric of our country. From the glittering waters of Resurrection Bay, which is down in Seward Jet, to the breathtaking Chugach Mountains along Turnagain Arm, the Kenai Mountains Turnagain Arm area cradles one of the most interesting regions in Alaska history. As you travel this corridor, you will experience the stories that make Alaska special, from the native cultures that call this land home to the story of one of Alaska's earliest gold rushes. You'll also venture along transportation routes, from early trails including the Iditarod National Historic Trail to the development of the railroad and modern highways. Abounding in natural, cultural, historic, and scenic wonders, the Kenai Mountains Turnagain Arm National Heritage Area is a place whose valleys and mountains, communities, and people will tell the larger story of a rugged frontier and the wild country from which it was carved. The Point, which is where we are, is where land, water, and ancient trails meet modern transportation routes. At the dramatic confluence of the Placer, 20-mile, and Portage rivers, the Point marks the convergence of three historic travelways: the route along Turnagain Pass on the Seward Highway, the route through the Placer Valley by way of the Alaska Railroad, and the historic route over
Kayla, look, a beluga!
between Prince William Sound and Turnagain.
Right there.
You're lying to me.
Oh,
Look at the mud flats.
you missed it.
Look at the mud flats.
You missed it. It was right there.
No, it wasn't.
They went
right
under the
there.
water.
You're lying. Oh my God.
It's very shallow. Like, right there. But high tide, it's up to like right here.
It's so unnecessary.
High tide's right there. So it's a huge fluctuation in water, and even some of this water will come into the center, and they have tide guts to let water in and out. But way down there,
What have you, chat, huh?
way down there, there's a bunch of bald eagles.
A moose's nose is very soft. Don't touch them, though. It feels like velvet. Don't touch it. It was a vein beluga, shallow. That's funny.
All right, let's go to the point. The
Okay.
very tippy.
Connor's going out to the very tip of the point.
I don't know how much battery I've got left either. But they did say we could do a drone flight. I don't know if
Yeah,
we'll have
it's a
enough
little
Wi-Fi.
shallow right now for a whale. That's why we knew Connor was lying. Because he's a lying liar who lies sometimes. Rude. I wish there were more eagles out here for you guys to see. There were so many. Lindsay, are you here? I've never seen so many eagles out here. Like, we used to see eagles that would, like, capitalize on the bear feeding. We think the hooligan are running, though. But yesterday we saw, like, 40 out here. It's wild. There's so many. The color of the water is crazy. Man, it's pretty.
Look how blue the water is.
Huh?
I said, look how blue the water is.
It's beautiful. They were everywhere, Lindsay. Everywhere. I think we saw like another 10 coming in this morning. So many.
I want to do speed test.
Okay.
Oh, I can't actually. Never mind. I do it on
Okay.
this phone. Here, you're going to camera woman for a second?
Okay.
Checking. Test. Run speed test from Starlink. Go. I think it's Starlink. It is not Alveus. No internet access. Is the Starlink not working at all? I'm going to cry.
Look at how beautiful.
Wow. This whole backpack Starlink setup is not working like I'd want it to. There's no shot. It's not working. Sorry, give me a second, chat. Alright, not working. That sucks. Like, the Starlink has to just be mounted on a freaking car, doesn't it? Or I need to make a Starlink hat.
Oh my god, a Starlink hat. That would be hilarious. We do not build sandcastles in mud flats. Also, they would make terrible sand building material, just so you know.
Alright.
What do we think?
Pretty.
Walking back?
Yeah.
Alright, we walking back.
Hello. Huh? No.
Oh no.
It's just pretty.
Yeah, it's just pretty. Does this feel like home at all? Are you asking us that question? Does it feel like home to me?
I feel at home. I don't feel like it is my home. Like, I feel comfortable. All right, it's coming back up now.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're back up. Here, can you hold this for me, please? I'm gonna rebuild.
We're back.
We just had to swap batteries. Sorry about that.
Oxidace, thank you for resubscribing. There are whales in the water. You just can't see them right now. Guys.
Starlink is doing nothing, which sucks.
Connor's not impressed with Starlink. Jade got so excited earlier when
All
we
right,
saw him.
jacket,
when
please, Kayla. Woo!
The animal care staff here went in there, and it was the same Jade. Like, it's nothing. You guys haven't seen an excited fox. Like, Jade gets excited by people. He gets like real low to the ground, and he vocalizes, and his tail wags, and
Kayla, could I get some assistance, please?
oh my gosh, he's so high maintenance. The rain jacket is. Oh, it's inside out. Give me your hand.
Thank you.
Easy there. There you go. That's better. Okay. Woo! Just looking at a post. That's nice.
Sorry, we had to tear everything off and then rebuild. Coming back on.
I miss Jade too. He's just a good boy.
Nope, I cannot. Here you go, Kayla. Thank you. All right, fresh battery. Let's get out of the wind.
Let's get out of the wind. I don't think we're getting out of the wind, but the further we get from the point, we'll get out of the wind a little bit.
All right, I'll let you get in front.
Kayla, what would Connor do without you? I don't know. Woo! Yeah, I don't know about getting out of the wind. We're walking right into it.
That looks like a lot of rain. We might have to run.
I'm not running. You can run. I'm not running. We can make it to the bears, at least. It is coming this way, though. Woo! It's coming this way. This is my Cotopaxi bag. It's pretty great. The Alaska air is crisp.
Does it sound like a lot of wind?
It's a little windy. It's nice though.
The wind?
Yeah. It feels good. Where are you heading now? Towards some sort of shelter, because we think up ahead is just a lot of rain coming, and the gear can't get that wet. So we're gonna walk as far back as we can, I think. There's a couple structures that we could take cover under if we need to, so whatever we're closest to. But right now, to our left is Bison. So you can see up ahead, there's some little guys up here that we might be able to stop and take a peek at up close. I don't know where new mama and new baby are.
Look at some good shots of the babies, though.
They're around here somewhere. I think this is empty right now. Like I said, excuse me. Like I said, there's a lot of pastures that they can rotate the bison in and out of, which is really, really nice. We got some babies. And they're doing some bison handling today. So Dr. Oakley is out there. Dr. Oakley, Yukon vet. She's the full-time vet for the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. And the executive director for the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center is out there as well, our friend. We call her Howie, but her name's Sarah. This is the actual center that Connor and I worked at. This is where we met. This is where we met. Yeah, this is where Connor and I met in May of 2014. Howie's doing some work. In case you're wondering, moving a lot of bison is a task. So you can see out on the four-wheeler there. Howie's out there. Looks like she's tossing some bits. Maybe working on getting some of them to move. But yeah, imagine moving these guys. Hey, they're babies. They're learning, you know? They're watching what the adults are doing. Nothing gets by little ones. They don't miss anything. Look at them go. Look at them run. Some good babies.
Does she have a dart gun?
Huh?
Does she have a dart gun?
Does she have what?
A dart gun.
I would imagine they probably do, yeah. Because they are working on getting some of them down. We did not name of the animals here. We didn't actually have any, well, there were muskox muskox and moose. They're no longer here though. Well, some of them are here, but the moose that were here are no longer here. What protections do they use? The dart gun. They probably also have actual guns if they were really needed. The important thing about these guys,
Ooh, train one. All right,
yeah,
we gotta go.
is that these bison have lots of space, and similar to any animals, like they don't want to be around you, so you got to really step on some toes. So they respond. I mean, they're a herd animal, so they respond to pressure in a herd.
Your
So.
guys are covered in my jacket for now.
Connor's doing a great job. So these animals they don't do training with. The wood bison are here for release. So these are animals that they want to make sure there's no like positive association. At most, there would be indifference to people being around, but they don't do any training with the wood bison. It is raining pretty hard. Connor's doing a great job.
Ooh.
Oh, but there are bears. JB. He's a big guy. He's so cute. It's raining. It's really raining. Connor's, I think, going to try and give you a little peek at JB. What a big guy. He's so handsome.
All right, we gotta go. Come on, Kayla.
Everybody sings to their animals. She just said, "He's so handsome," to JB. Are you trying to take cover under that?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. It's pretty boring over here. This is the old bison handling facility, chat, where Connor's taking you right now. That's some fire hose if I've ever seen it. Holy moly. Yeah.
Hold on, let me wipe off the camera real quick. They might hear some popping.
Might hear some popping.
Right.
Yeah, there's no free contact here with the bears or the wolves. They all have shift pens and things like that. These are the old panels that we used to run bison through. So this is a big old squeeze chute. And then you can see like all the latches here, and all these can open to expose different parts of the bison for injections and vaccinations and stuff like that, blood draws. Obviously, the mechanics of it is pretty wild. So.
Kayla, you want to stand next to it for some size comparison?
They're
Huge.
big.
Hydraulics, and then has like
Yeah.
this front.
So, like, imagine if I'm like, oh, watch my phone, like this. It's like the head of a bison. Oh no, it's gone.
All right.
Okay. I lost your chat. Oh,
I think
Wait, where?
there's a lot of water. Up here, Kayla, let me see it.
oh, maybe that there they are. I don't know. That's really helping. This was the free shuttle that ran while we were here. That's clearly not in operation anymore. We did not do anything with the free shuttle. We didn't do shuttle bus tours.
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
But like operating this, so cool.
How tall is Kayla? I'm only 5'6". Oh, Raven.
Hello? What you doing?
Is this area open to the public? Yeah. Yeah, everywhere that we've been is open to the public.
What you doing?
Chat, that's a raven. You can't tell, but he's huge. What are the differences between a raven and a crow? Go!
Oh. Oh. Rain. Kayla, go stand next to a hay bale.
Size. Ravens are bigger than crows. A lot of people don't know that ravens can be like the size of red-tailed hawks. They're huge. Raven, big. Size, tail shape, beak shape, yep. Feathers around the beak, yep. All
Are you
those.
allergic to those?
Correct. Yeah, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
I got an inhaler.
All right, well, we can move away from it.
They're very big round bales.
It's a nice little barn.
Yeah.
I like it. It's well built.
If you have to ask if it's a raven or a crow, it's a crow. That's a good philosophy, actually, yeah. Oh my gosh, wait, Connor. The Suburban.
That's not the Suburban.
I think it is the Suburban.
No.
It was that color.
I don't remember it that well.
I think it was. A raven with news from the wall, 100%.
Oh, the rain's picking up.
They scrap with bald eagles, yeah. It's pretty wet out here.
There's worse places to be trapped.
We could be trapped in the gift store with the heat. That's all right.
With no stream.
I think this is the Suburban. Lindsay said, "Is this the Suburban?" Yellow plates in it. It's old enough. That's a pretty old model of Suburban. It would check out.
Hello. Cool. All right.
Lindsay did work here after we did, yeah. We told her to come out here, and she listened to us.
All right, it's lit up a little bit.
All right, you want to head to the next covered area, which would be the bears?
Yeah, they probably won't be over there, but I'm down to
Yeah, they won't be over there.
walk over there.
I mean, we could go. What's the next?
There's nothing over there.
There's nothing between us and the gift store except the bears.
Right.
We'll go to the bears quick and just
Yeah.
take the boardwalk?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. I could go get the car.
That's actually a good idea.
I could go get the car.
Or here, I'll set up stream on the hay bale, and you just talk to him, and I'll run and grab the car.
Okay. What's the story with the Suburban? There's not a story. It's just the car that we used to take everywhere.
Help.
Can you?
No.
We wish. Yeah, you are helpless. Oh my gosh.
I'm not helpless.
Helpless. Oh my gosh.
It's easier if you help.
Oh my god. Be more flexible.
Oh, you'll have to take that off.
It doesn't sound like it's too bad right now.
It's gonna come down. The waves are crazy. All right, Kayla, stand. I'll tell you where to stand.
What?
I'll tell you where to stand.
Guys, there's no Suburban stories. It really is just, it was, at the time, we had an old Yukon, and it was very old, and then this was the vehicle that took its place. And it was a very exciting time for us, because we lived in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, that looks like ass. Go stand over there, if you could, please, for me.
What of you?
I can actually see you, though. So. All right, you're good right there. I'll leave this here.
If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Yes. I thought someone said that Connor and Lindsay were brother and sister. No. Oop.
Basically, though.
Basically, yeah. Did you all get more of your steps in here compared to Alveus? I don't know. I didn't have a step counter then.
But probably not, because of you.
Yeah, we did have vehicles here. It's also, you can't really carry a bucket of bear food. 3 buckets of bear food. It was heavy stuff.
All right, what do you got?
We used to throw like 50-pound salmon over the bear fences. Sometimes we didn't make it. Sometimes we got hit with salmon. It's gross. So yeah, we had gators and stuff like that, which was nice to not have to do all that walking. But I think over the course of the day, like, I mean, most evenings we were out walking, like after the center closed. It's really nice. It's similar to walking around Alveus, like after everything's kind of done for the day and it's really quiet, and the animals are just kind of doing their things all by themselves. It's really peaceful. to just come out and go for a walk. That's what I was talking about earlier with like Hugo. I used to come out with like apple slices or like clementines and peel them for her. Just see if I could find her and toss her a couple bits of snacks. Yeah, we used to joke. We did not go dip netting. We got donations. Connor went fishing for our eagle a couple of times. We used to joke, though, when we went out to do bear feedings, that if people stood close to us, they were in what we called the splash zone. And it was not fun. It's not a fun splash zone. There's a lot of ravens in here, chat. They're just hanging out. They're cute. A lot of ravens around here. Other meat. Did I say other meat? Like moose, deer, salmon. Other meat. Yeah. We didn't often have wild animals. Like, the land that AWCC is on is kind of, like, isolated. It would be really... It's not impossible for, like, a wild moose or bear to come over, but, like, it would be unlikely with the way that it's situated up against the highway. We never had any issues with that. How do animals end up there? Are they from the region or thereabouts? Do they come from the States as well? I think Howie was talking about earlier today, somebody actually asked her that question. I think all the animals are from, like, around here. I think with the exception of the elk, I don't think the elk are originally from up here. I could be wrong about that, but the wolves that they have were brought up, I think, from the lower 48. I can see a raven. Do you see that? I don't know if you guys can see them up there. It might be worth me trying to show them to you. Look how cute they are. Sorry, I hiccuped. Let me see. I don't want to do something that you guys can't see. Do you see him? He's cute. It's a little tail shake. Preen and tail shaking. There's some little bathing moves. He's so wet. You hear them? It's cool. Oh, okay.
Suleiman has just resubscribed for 15 months.
Thank you for resubscribing for 15 months. Somebody did ask about the black fight back brown lay down. That is what we were told. Oh no, gosh almighty. That's what we were told. So black bears, if they are giving you grief, it's very likely because they're hungry. And brown bears, it's very often because they feel threatened, like territoriality. So we used to say black fight back, brown lay down. Because if a brown bear is threatening you, then they just is coming after you. They see you as a threat. So the less threatening you are, the better. And black bear, if one is coming at you, they see you as potential snack, and you should try and get real big and scary. But that's only really so like that's not in like every situation that you encounter a bear, right? Those are situations where like the bear has like made advances directly towards you. Like most of the time, if you see a bear, being like bear aware is like making noise. It's being responsible about going out into bear country. It's making sure that you have a group of people or you have the right tools with you. Because if a bear is just like over there, minding its own business, it's not like I have to be over here being like I got to fight that bear. It's just if the bear is like intent on interacting with you in some way. But that's why you have bells and bear spray and other tools. Just being smart, right? How do I befriend the ravens? I don't know. I've never befriended a wild raven before. This guy over here is very distinguished. He's very handsome. Ravens are huge. I'm in Ireland, so I have no bear experience at all, so I was curious. Yeah, we used to say black fight back, brown lay down. But again, it's conditional. No matter what, though, we always say a fed bear is a dead bear. So don't feed bears. Because it is very dangerous for them to get accustomed to getting food from people. The rain is coming down. So if bears get used to being fed and then they find their way to areas with more people in hopes of being fed more, very often relocating those bears doesn't always work. And they typically find their way back before they are unfortunately euthanized. So if you do see bears, do not feed them. Don't try to do anything with them. It's a lot better for the bear to leave them be. Same thing with gators. Yeah, same thing with a lot of animals, but like especially big animals that people would consider threatening. They don't get unlimited chances. So I've also heard the addition white say goodnight for polar bears. Yes, everything that I've ever read about polar bears would support that statement. Polar bears are one of the animals that would see humans as a source of food. So, yeah. I think black bears, it would only be if they were like very hungry or something was wrong. But polar bears, yeah, and they're big. They can stand up. They're the biggest of the bears out here. Not here. There's no polar bears here, but further north. But if they were up on their hind legs, they could reach like 11 feet tall, which is wildly humongous. No. Yeah, just don't feed wildlife. Just don't do it. Wildlife should be wild, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I've worked in polar bear areas and they tell you to leave immediately if you see them nearby, yeah. I did not see the clip of the snake that crawled on Oliver and Enrique. That's crazy. I assume they're fine. Nobody has texted me about it. Yeah, humans have done some things. If you want to feed wildlife, contribute to habitat restoration. That's a great saying. Oliver, do not care. Does bear spray do a lot of harm to bears? It's not pleasant. Like, you shouldn't want to spray bear spray at bears. But if it comes down to, like, your life or the bear spray, the bear getting sprayed, spray the bear. It's like pepper spray, I think. It's irritating. It's not nice. It should discourage the bears, the thought. There were bears in Ireland at one point, long time ago. A long time ago. Sun is coming out. Honestly, I feel like I should just take you guys over and just like point the camera out. It's way prettier. Yeah, they tell you to be very careful using the bear spray because it's a quite close range thing. So it's like within like 30 odd feet or so. So like the bear has to be like in your space, right? Coming to you. And then also like make sure you're not standing like spraying it into the wind because it will come back. So yeah, user error is very possible. I don't get over the frustration about human shenanigans. It is hard for me not to get worked up by it. That is why I work at a facility that's not open to the public. Today, while we were here at the beginning of the day, somebody walked up to one of the caribou, the reindeer. He was very close to the fence, and he was like looking around. He was like, "Are there signs that say not to touch it?" And I was like, "Don't touch it. Just don't." I don't have a lot of patience for those kinds of shenanigans.
I got
You did forget your rain jacket. It's right there. My personal opinion is if I'm in wildlife territory and I get attacked, it's my fault. I'm in their territory. Yeah, and at the very least, like, you can't fault them for being where they live, right? I appreciate people who say human-infested waters instead of shark-infested waters. You're like, they live there.
Do you have a raven friend?
Yeah, he's been here. There was one up there, too.
You off his ride?
That's fine. Yeah, our fault, but they still get in trouble. So it's just being very mindful of where you are and the dangers that can be posed to you. Because even if you're just like, I'm just going to go for a hike, but you don't do your research, you don't know what's in the area, anything that happens to you is going to be a risk to them, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I even felt bad like saying Hugo's name earlier. And I like knew her. I like worked with her. Just like asking her to. When we worked here, there was one couple who tried to throw rocks at the bears to get them to turn around for photos. The rage, the self-control.
All right.
They were escorted off the property.
I escorted someone off the property before for doing drones over the bears.
Yeah.
When the drones first came out, they were even louder.
We were like, peace out, bye. Get out of here. You're not allowed. Throw rocks at them. That was my response. I was like, maybe we should stand behind them and throw rocks at them. It'd be great. Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right, hopefully. Give us 1 second to have this set up here.
We're getting situated. Feels like Alaska. Okay. For when I ask if my phone packs and junior packs back here.
All right.
When I inevitably ask.
So.
Oh, did you turn the heated seats on?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh.
All right. So you can't look at chat while you drive, but once it's in park, you can look at chat.
Okay. My hands are so cold.
Oh, turn on the heated steering wheel.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hold on. Let me get buckled in. Safety first. Okay. You really just pulled into here, didn't you?
I mean, it made sense.
Alright. Alright, we going.
Yeah, it really started coming down. It would have killed the camera. And then I'd never be allowed to borrow gear again.
We got it. Because I'm brilliant.
That was a good idea. I didn't think about the car, I'll be honest.
Yeah, no. I know. Well, you're so used to walking it.
Yep. Where's Kayla's mic? You have it on you still, right?
Oh, it was on my fanny pack.
Oh.
I got it.
On her fanny pack. Good call. I can reach it.
Chat, the worst part of being cold is
They
that
can't hear you.
they can hear me. It's fine.
There you go. No, you need your mic.
Put this right on the. Okay, it's on the seatbelt
There you
now.
go.
The worst part about being cold for me isn't even like my fingers; it's my wrists. So like that just messes everything up. Don't forget to use your directional when you're pulling away from the curb. I didn't do it just then.
Nice.
It's important though. My dad was a defensive driving instructor.
So lots of pasture.
Yeah, so clearly this is one that was recently used because look at the damage that these giant herbivores can do with just how much they weigh. It's a lot. Do you have the... Okay, do you have the chat phone? Okay. We cruise in. What is this person doing? Like, why are they just parked?
There's a parking spot there.
Oh.
There are bears still left, but...
Well, we can do a lap. We'll
yeah.
go see if Jade is around. Probably not. He'll probably be hiding because of the rain. But Raven, he cute.
Big. Nope, can't zoom in.
Oh, look at all of them with the bear. Here.
Oh.
Is there anybody behind me? No.
No, I got a camera right there.
Here. Maybe he's got a snack.
He's got celery.
He's got some snacks.
And the ravens want some.
Ladies and gentlemen, well-fed bears.
Ravens are, can I have some? Okay. Oh, do we get a face? Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I think that's Kuma. Uli's on the other side.
Really? I was about to say I think that's Uli. Well, you know.
Who knows?
It's a black bear. It's Kuma or Uli. And they're enjoying a snack. Okay. There's the sick deer out to the right.
I wonder if that's Solo. He would remember me.
I doubt it.
Him and I were best friends.
There's an elk.
Female elk, yeah. Looks like they're planning on like redoing a barn or something.
Yeah. They've got a lot of projects going on, chat. Sound familiar?
Yeah. Some crazy old school fencing that they're going to replace one day, they said. Unsnip zip ties, crazy.
Here's your muskox.
Oh, I have to go.
Muskox.
You can zoom that. Nami! Oh my god, is that Nami?
No. No way.
Kinda looks like Nami.
I mean, she was a peanut.
I slept with a muskox just one night. It was in like not feeling good. I wouldn't say critical condition. She was not, but she was definitely not acting normal. So
She was just tiny.
I kept an eye on her throughout the night. It was fun. Good time. Lots of mosquitoes, but got over it. Kobuck was out earlier playing.
It was. Now he says no thank you.
And my phone is dead. Let me plug it in.
Uh-huh.
Actually, could you plug it in by any chance? Yeah, I don't see any foxes.
I think Jade's gonna be out and not in this weather, probably.
I think it'll be a minute. Want to go see the wolves?
Oh yeah, we can drive over there. We'll come back around.
3K bit rate over here. Good
One more
times.
time. I don't really know if there are lanes in here or
Nope, not
what.
yet.
So we are just
Just don't hit any other cars you could.
we're just winging it here. That's where we used to prep the animal food, chat, the animal kitchen. They have a little infirmary over here. They got their intact male muskox over here. He's not allowed to party with the ladies right now. No babies allowed. This is the enclosure out to the right that they're working on for a Kobuck. So you can see some of the work they're doing with the fence. You guys are familiar with that work. We've seen it before.
Alright, I can't.
Alright.
Hold on. Let's. Oh, it's still covering. There we go. It's reconnected.
Looks like maybe over here by the tree there's a wolf. There's
Yeah,
3
they're
in
sleeping
here.
in the freaking rain.
Bree and Dearest and Lothario, I think, are the 3. Oh yeah, there's one in the den as well over here in the left,
Oh yeah.
curled up. Alright. Let me know if you need me to move at all. There you go.
Why is there so much rain coming into the car? Wolf 1? wolf 2.
You might be able to get a look at this guy's face up here if I go up a little further.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, that's
back
not
up.
good.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Alright, you want me to...
I don't know if you can turn
I
around,
don't know if I can either.
but you have the pass. You can just pop through again.
Okay. Alright, chat, we're going around. Okay. We're going around again. We're gonna take this and we're gonna show them that we got a pass.
Roll down the window.
We got a pass.
He's not paying attention.
Okay, we're going.
Yep. It's funny.
I'm just gonna put that there. Actually, no, just in case I roll down that window. Okay, there we go. Moose? Somewhere? Oh,
They were up closer to the bunkhouse.
okay, let's go see some moose. I'd seed that pond island when I was here. That is the thing that I did. Woohoo! Hooray!
It's a nice island. Be cool to put some trees out there.
It's a nice island.
But they're closer to the bunkhouse. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying. I was wondering what the speed limit of 7 miles an hour actually was. It's slow.
Did they go inside because they were like, "Oh, this is too gross"?
There are moose inside, I think. Could go see them. Do you want me
Yeah,
to
they
watch
are
out,
inside.
like, I was gonna say there's people parked here. You could come close to this little garden if you want to go in.
Okay. You staying in here?
I don't have a place to park that's reasonable.
Here's Chet.
Okay. I'll see what they're saying, and I can respond to them.
They may or may not be able to hear you, but we'll see.
Okay.
Hello, moose. See what the bit rate is. Oh, bit rate's good. Okay, chat. Moose. That's a very cute moose. I was focused on camera manning. They're very big. They love bananas. You don't want to get hit by a moose. Kayla's better at talking about this than I am. It's being cameraman mode. This is... They start out like that, and they get like that, then that, then that, then that, then that, that, bam. Antlers. They're big. So I think this is a female moose. Just kind of wanted to boop the snoot. moose eye. Moose snout. Moose. You want to give your spiel?
These
Kayla's here.
babies.
I'm just showing off cool body parts.
I mean, I don't know if I still have a moose spiel.
They
Moose
like,
are
they
enormous,
like bananas.
guys. Yep, that's not a good part of the spiel. I think there was something different about their hair as well. I don't
can
remember
dive.
what it was. Yeah, no, they can dive. They're actually very good swimmers. So, like, I think I mentioned this the other day when we were streaming that moose are adapted, like the way their noses are. They're very, very fuzzy noses to eating things underwater. So their diets can be pretty tough, I think, to mimic in captivity. I think these are both females. I don't think either of these are moose that were here when we were. Hi, sweetie. But they can be up to 6 feet tall at just the shoulder. So one of the reasons that they don't salt the roads here is because the animals will come to the roads, and because of how tall moose are and how big-bodied they are. What?
Get a little bit closer.
Get a little closer.
Like, there you go. Yeah.
They're like the perfect height to come through a windshield, which is not great. So they can do a lot of damage if they do that. So it's very dangerous to hit a moose for people as well. Hi.
She's very pretty.
But they're stunning. They're so cute, and I love them. But yeah, very good swimmers. One of the top predators for moose in the wild are actually orcas, which is crazy.
Here's their native range.
Did I make that up? No, I
I
didn't.
don't think so. Oop, autofocus. Yeah, that's her range.
Height at the shoulders up to 7 feet. It's even bigger. So up to 1,500 pounds. I think the biggest one, somebody said in chat the other day, was a bull somewhere up here that was over 2,000 pounds, which is crazy. Like, that's just big. Wow, it's cold.
Cold?
Yeah, it's cold.
Push them back in the car.
Okay. Does everybody love them so much?
They definitely are saying yes.
Yes, they are.
We don't have chat phones. So.
Well, it wasn't scrolling when I left, so I left it plugged in.
Okay, yeah. I mean, battery's dead too.
Yeah. So. Ooh. Oh, yeah, it's warmer in here. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they're saying. Nobody knows.
It's getting foggy.
Are we more or less just like doing a round in the car?
Yeah. Let's go see the bears again.
Okay, we're going out to the bears. The bears. Here you go. Okay. What we got going on? It's nice having the backup cam. I don't realize how much I'm used to not having it because I never ever look to use it.
Backup cam is nice.
It's so nice. It's so spoiled. So spoiled using the backup cam. Okay, let's get that cleaned up. There we go. Okay. It's cool that this literally says like elk exhibit, black bear exhibit. Oh, he's scritching.
Scritching muskox.
Scritching.
Man, the cell signal here just struggles. I'm surprised we're able to stream right now.
I used to have a lot more of a moose spiel. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but that's okay. Muskox are like prehistoric babies, which is pretty cool. They've been around. Ice Age relics.
Mountains.
Looks like there's still a bear here.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, tosks their head a little bit there. That's definitely Kuma. Kuma's not impressed. He says no thank you.
Oh, I gotta put my seatbelt on. No.
This is out of here.
Give me a second, I put my seatbelt on. Oops. Auto. Can you hold that?
Oh, let's not lose this. Sorry, chat.
Okay. Driving me crazy. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. There goes Kayla.
Alright, it's honestly way harder to work inside of a car. It's nice because it's heated seats, speaking of which.
Oh, yeah. 'cause
It's heated, it's a little bit more dry, but it's harder to move in general.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be another bear. Okay, the rain's coming in. Yeah, walking was better. And then it had a freaking rain because it's Alaska.
I wonder if this is what the shift pens. I wonder if they're working on the shifts for these guys.
It's nice.
Yeah,
Well
it
done.
is. Very cool.
Alright, you see a rainy windshield right now. You're going to look out the front.
Oh, sad.
Interns are getting trained up today.
Has it changed a lot since we're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just growing.
Changed in a good way.
Yeah, it changed in a good way. Just growing. I assume you just want me to keep following the road,
Yeah, unless we see a bear.
unless we see a bear. I figured we'll go all the way back out to the point, so. They were on the backside not too long ago. I think the bear enclosure we used to say was like 20-some acres or something like that. I don't know if that's accurate. I think it's like maybe 4.
Yeah.
Like 4 acres. And then I think the whole property is like 200.
It's a big place.
Yeah, it's a lot of space. Oh, okay. Oh, goddamn. Oh, goddamn. Broke it.
Where are we? Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. They're trying to get more bison. Yeah, it's taking them a while. Bison.
I mean, Howie said that she didn't know how many they were going to get through today, which leads me to believe they were trying to do many bison.
Yeah.
So. And they do have the benefit of it being light for a long time
That's true.
right now, so.
We'll see some elk.
Well, there's caribou up. The boys club. And some ravens. Boys and birds. Cuties.
Put in park, Kayla. Now you can touch chat phone.
I guess I don't really need. Let's make sure there's no cars coming behind us.
You hear the Alaska train?
Are there ever dry days in Alaska?
It's just a nice backdrop. Like, look at that. Look how pretty.
They all have little shelters. But they don't have, like, inside, like, fully enclosed spaces. But these guys are built for this kind of weather.
The current hoofed animals we have are at Alveus are like the max amount of hoofed animals I would want to have.
Yeah. Yes, these are Rocky Mountain elk, and they do have antlers. And right now their antlers are in velvet, which means they're growing. So the antlers have an active blood supply right now. So touching them would be really sensitive.
All right.
You can go see the caribou.
Yeah.
The little babies. Okay.
I hear the Alaska train.
I love the Alaska train so much. Oh, there it is back there. Might be able to see it.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to see it.
Maybe not.
No.
Damn it. There it is.
Oh, okay.
That's the Alaska train. Whoop, whoop. What is it like working there in the winter? Cold. Snowy. Cold and snowy. And dark. So here, when I was here over the winter, we had about 6 hours of daylight. What? Were you pointing to me?
No.
Oh, okay. That one in the shelter is so cute.
All right, stop here.
Let me get you through. There you go.
Why does it want to focus on the fence each time? Focus on the freaking animal.
Focus on that cutie in there. She's so cute.
Reindeer.
That's a reindeer. Raven. I don't know where it is, but I hear it.
All right, cool.
Connor, what's harder, digging in Texas or digging in Alaska? Look, both of them suck.
I never really dug in Alaska, so I don't know.
Digging in Alaska is terrible. When we dug out over the winter, when we tried to dig the tide guts over the winter, the permafrost was like 18 inches thick. It was awful trying to dig through it. This might be the new baby over here on the left. Looks like it. Get up close to her.
Yep. That is a new baby.
New baby.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right. Right there's good.
How cold is it here right now? It's probably in the 30s, 40s.
Does it tell you on the dash? No.
No. Nature, man. Oh, Mama's like, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Come on. That's a lot. The bison could definitely wreck that fence. They wouldn't even have to coordinate. It wouldn't really take many of them.
It's getting wet in here.
Are you taking us anywhere tomorrow? Probably not.
This may or may not be the last stream. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
This is our last, for sure, planned stream.
We knew we wanted to stream at AWCC because we've talked about it so much, with it being the place that Connor and I met and stuff like that, and where Lindsay's been and worked, and it's a place that we love a lot. And
But also,
we wanted to share it with everybody.
Test it out. See if it's a good place
test
for
it
a
out. See if we could do a
proper live stream in the future.
yeah.
Which, I mean, it's holding up decently. In some of the other areas, there is some Wi-Fi that we could connect into.
Yep, the fence is to keep us from them, not them from us. Yep.
Pretty much. I'm going to set you guys up here for a minute. You guys get a dash cam view.
Could put them here again. That's where we had them originally, if you've got enough.
Yeah. Give my hands a break.
Which is stronger, the buffalo or the muskox? So technically, the bison are not buffalo. We use the terms interchangeably now, but if you were going to say buffalo, you'd be talking about an animal in Africa. I would imagine the bison are stronger, maybe only because they're bigger, but muskox are also incredibly strong, and you do not want to mess with them. So, different horn shapes. The male muskox have these huge, gosh, what was it called? I forget what it's called, but like the size of the horn, it's like several inches thick on the top of their head. And when they run and collide with other males, you can hear it from like a mile away or some crazy crap. It's crazy. It's nuts. So, yeah. See one more time if Jade is out.
Yeah.
Let's see if the wolves are up at all.
Yeah, we're going to do one more loop back to the end, see if there's foxes and wolves. And we'll call it. They did offer for us to do some drone shots, and we could stream that, but it's too wet.
No bears.
No bears.
They said we're done with you.
Connor, send us a picture of you on top of that mountain.
No.
Sure.
Connor's not going up that mountain.
I would love to.
He's not going up that mountain.
I would love that so much.
We're back to where we started. The ravens are still there. They're having a great time. They're so cute.
Where did you stream from yesterday? We streamed from the road that leads to this spot.
Yeah.
Very pretty. It's called Turning an Arm. Seward Highway.
Discover wood bison. Bringing back wood bison. Danger, bison.
That is a big field. They have good space. I like what they did with over here, like with the elk and how they kind of section things up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
My hand smells like lynx right now.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
What did you touch? Ew.
This brass, this wet brass.
Gross.
I love the smell
Smell bad.
of brass or lynx.
That's gross.
I love it so much.
That's crazy. Foxes definitely smell better than lynx.
First play in the mud flats and then climb the mountain.
No.
Yes. We're planning for the rest of the trip. We're probably going out with the executive director tonight to dinner.
The black bear's really just hanging out today. They're really just out.
We're going to do some hikes tomorrow. No stream on that one because there's no way there's signal there. And then we are... Ooh, I want to show them tide guts.
Okay. Are you getting out to show them tide guts?
No.
Oh, you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to go down to Seward. All right, chat, this is a tide gut. So out there is the tide, and it'll flood in here and flood out. This is where water enters and exits, and it's tough to do fencing there. And Kayla says she's an expert at tide gut fencing because it's a little specialty type of fencing. But look at that. It just like the tide will like flood into here. It gets that high. It's crazy.
You know, there's nothing really to be an expert about. You just have to know how to attach the fence.
You said you were a tide gut expert.
I mean, I'm not a welding expert. Obviously, it involves a lot of welding. So.
Can't see that cool tree. Okay, we're good.
Okay. there's deer.
Sitka deer. Ooh.
They're little guys. There are 3 of them in there.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. There's nothing I can do about the road, Connor.
I'm not complaining.
Okay.
Cute.
The birds, man. The birds.
Yep. Premium. You just got some elk over here.
The elk is in their shelter. They said I would rather be inside right now. Thank you very much.
So muddy. Alright, Kobuck, are you out? No black bear.
Doesn't look like he's out. Doesn't look like Jade's out either.
No foxes. They're staying away from the cold rain and wind. I get it.
I'm glad we saw him earlier.
Yeah. Alright, wolves.
One more wolf.
Yeah.
Run.
They got a water treatment facility there I want to ask Howie
Water
about.
treatment plant. There's the porcupines.
There's some food stands. Here's some employees and interns. We did that job once.
I'm picking up. Are they passing out enrichment maybe?
Maybe. Gift shop.
A good gift shop. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Still pretty solid. It was always pretty solid. It's
Yep.
still solid.
Bison hall, event hall, and offices. No infirmary.
Oh, there's a wolf up.
A wolf.
A wolfie. So cute. A wolfie. Oh, there's one in there.
I might be able to see that one. This one will be better. The one that's up and moving. Alright.
Going down.
Yep. Right here is good.
And I think you could get out of the car right now if you wanted to.
Nah. Alaska wolves. Very
I would like some mac and cheese as well.
overexposed. You have a nice little den.
Cuties. Oh, they are gray wolves, yeah. And these are full content wolf babies. So they are 100% wolf.
Play an AWA house, see if they recognize it. AWCC has really good flow. All the enclosures kind of flow. You flow from one to another. Mm-hmm. Really nice. We got bat boxes up there, Kayla. See, just bat boxes.
Yeah.
There are bats in Alaska, chat.
Yeah. Let me scoot forward.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
Sure, you can scoot forward now. Thought she was going to walk this way. Perfect.
No, we will not be going inside with any of these guys. Wow, cuties.
This one's just snoozing.
Yeah, these are full content wolves. So these are not wolf dogs, they're not wolf hybrids. They are full content wolves. Wolves.
They came from a facility that was like what? How he said they were shutting down?
I think something like that. They were looking to rehome some of the females or something. I think there's 2 males in here though and 1 female.
They're all spayed and neutered though.
Yes, they are not allowed to breed.
All right, give us an outro, Kayla.
I don't have an outro. Do full content wolves roll around too? Yes, they do. Mosquitoes here are crazy. 100% good wolves, absolutely. All right. Well, I don't know how long we've been streaming. It feels like a long time.
Yeah.
They don't look that much different than A1 Aquila. Yeah, and size-wise, they're actually quite small. Like, Aquila's really big. And it's not that wolves can't get as big as Aquila. They can get up to, like, 120 pounds. She sniff it. Look at her. That's pretty cute. I can't believe you're looking at me and not that
I
big.
can't,
That's
like,
a crazy
I
decision.
can't zoom in. Oh, you're supposed to be giving me an outro.
I don't know how long we've been streaming. It feels like a long time. It was really exciting for you guys to hang out at the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center with us. I hope you guys had an awesome time. I hope you learned some things. I hope you enjoyed seeing the animals. We're going to go eat now. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
What
Go
do
follow them
people-
on social media.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so again, the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, I think their socials are under AK Wildlife. Like, I know their Instagram, I think is AK Wildlife, but it's akwildlife.org. Go find them. You can symbolically adopt a lot of their animals. My brother and his wife have symbolically adopted Hugo. I'm going to send them a bunch of pictures of her after I get off of this stream and maybe get back into the good internet zone. But yeah, follow them. Hopefully this won't be the last that you see of them. But yeah, thanks for hanging out.
All right, bye, chat. You're going to sit there awkwardly until I figure this out.